All right, what is going on? Hey everyone, how you doing? I am Tori, and this is the Kingdom Digital Run Club, your run club away from the pack. And today, let's first go over what we went in this last week. So last week, I was going through the chaos, and as you see, the title of this live stream is "Training Through Chaos," right? So I got back from being sick for about a week, and then I'm moving to Germany, right? So we had painters coming in the house. We were in the process of taking everything, almost everything aside from the bed and dressers out into the garage. That was a huge, huge time consumer. It was a hassle trying to get everything out of the way. And then along with that, we were just trying to move everything away from the walls and get the house painted. So once we got all that done, there was no time left to run. None. We got new running shoes. We're still in our old running shoes. I was kind of worried if the knee pain was taking some of that up, but we really don't have a training recap for the previous week. Now, last week we were able to get in, I believe, about 8 miles or so. We did about three, and maybe another two or three somewhere. No, we did five. We did a 5 mile yesterday. That was pretty good. It felt really good to be back outside. It's starting to warm up here in Oklahoma. It was about 70 degrees. So the warm weather is here. It is here. It feels like it's spring. I know it's just now March 1st today. So it's a whole new whole new slate for us to get out there and put in some work, which I'm excited for. This week coming up in training, we don't have any races. I know there were a couple races previously. We'll get to that in a minute. But for training wise, we're just kind of getting back into the rhythm of it, working through a little bit of knee pain, trying to get these Evo SLs to 300 miles. Right now, we're sitting at about 218. And we have the next pair on deck already. So if y'all have any new running shoes or anything like that, please let me know. I would love to hear what shoes y'all are moving on to, what shoes you've laid to rest. If you switched up brands, maybe switched up the type of shoe. Did you change from a stability to a cushion shoe, a cushion to a max cushion shoe? Did you really notice any difference? Myself, I used to run in the New Balance Super Comp Elite V, I want to say fours, and they were heavy. And then I made the switch to the Evo SLs. Night and day. Night and day. All right, so acknowledgments. I do want to give a shout out to everybody that participated in the Fort Worth half marathon this past week. I know a few people on my Strava. I saw the times on there. So great job on that accomplishment. Huge. I personally love half marathons. So far, been my favorite race. I haven't done a full yet. But yeah, man, great job out there. Like I said, the weather's warm. I've seen all the shorts and compressors. So y'all look like y'all are having a great time down there in Fort Worth. And then the Tokyo Marathon. The Tokyo Marathon was this week. And man, I this is one race that I always wanted to do. I lived in Japan for 3 years and I did not get the opportunity to actually participate in the Tokyo Marathon. I put in a bid for the lottery, but when I did it for an away, like a non-resident, essentially. I did it for a non-resident. But come to find out, since you're military and you're in Japan and you live there, you can count that as a Japanese resident. So if you are in Japan and you want to do it next year and you are applying for the lottery, please make sure that you are a resident of Japan, and you will have a greater chance of being able to participate in that marathon. Now, for the overall, there were about 36,000 runners, maybe a little bit over that, and there were 36,000 finishers. The top finisher for the men was actually an Adidas athlete. It was Takale. And this was a back-to-back victory for Takale. He won last year, won this year, came in with a 2 hour, 3 minute, and 36-second pace run. That is amazing. The Japan course, I don't know too much about it. I know it takes you through the streets of downtown. That's honestly about it. But man, I would love to just be able to step foot into that race one day and just see the course, man. A lot of runners out there. The community was great. You saw cheering all through the sidelines. And then the female winner was Bridget Koske, women's runner. She actually set a new course record at 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 28 seconds. So congratulations to her on that record. I know they said they had to go back and check it just to make sure and verify it. But that's amazing. Something that did come up right before I started the stream that I saw, the USATF, they held a run. Actually, let me give y'all that acronym real quick. It is the United States of America Track and Field, their association. They were doing their championships this weekend, or I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but they were doing that, correct? And The top three female runners of that race, they were led by the lead car down the wrong way. So during the stream, if you go back and if you can find the videos anywhere, I'm sure there's a ton of them out there because there's a lot of athletes coming out and talking about it. The lead car let them down. I don't even know how this happened, just not even on the route of the race. And while doing that, took them completely off of the course. They were the top three runners. The announcers during the segment, hey, we got the top three females, blah, 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 right? And then the stream cut. It's like maybe a 10-minute lapse or something of the stream. Like you see the trucks going off, you hear the sirens and stuff, and then it comes back. And when they come back to the actual race itself, the top three lead females were now in 10th place. So that deviation off of the course dropped them back into 10th place because they were on that deviation for a few minutes. You see them running down the street. There's no one there. And then you just see cones in the center road. And the cone just stops. And one of the athletes kind of hits a U-turn and tries to turn back around. Of course, the other two try to follow suit as well. So how that's going to be handled, I have no idea. But that's a huge missed opportunity and a mishandling, especially for the three runners. I know I would be personally devastated if that happened to me. I've put in all this time, all this effort into this race and making sure I brought my best, and I get taken the wrong way as one of the leaders. And now I'm in 10th in the back of the pack. That wouldn't sit right with me personally. I don't know what they're going to do about it. I'm very interested to see how that goes moving forward though. So keep your eyes out for that. The US ATF track and field championships or half marathon champion. I can't remember, but yeah. But what does recovery mean to you? So when you are running as an athlete, fitness, gym, whatever, basketball, I feel like recovery means a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people because you have active recovery and passive recovery. Do you do recovery runs? Are you going to take it easy and not kind of do anything? Me personally, I feel like I should always be doing something, but I do have those days where I'm still wondering like, okay, do we go run today? Do we take it easy? And sometimes it's hard differentiating between when you should push your body and when you shouldn't. There's people, I'm not knocking them by any means. They're streak runners and they aim to run every day. I haven't got to that point of my life where I'm doing that. I thought it'd be a cool idea to try. But after this past week or so and these random work trips that pop up, there's no way that I could fit that in. I'm sure there's a way to do it in the schedule, but mentally, I don't have the capacity to do it at the moment, but very, very much OTL that are able to do it. I'll see like 56 days. There's people that you can find them on like Instagram and TikTok, stuff like that. They have like over 1,000 some days where they've ran at least some kind of distance every day. Now I know all of them don't have a particular set distance, like, oh, I'm going to run 10 miles a day or 3 miles a day. It could be, hey, I'm going to do a mile a day or something like that. But still, that's to me, that's great. It's something that I don't think most people do. I don't think there's a lot of streak runners out there. It's more of the casual community runner, the run club runner, the running, like kind of the local events, or unless you're like training for races upcoming. But even then, a lot of us are going to take kind of days off to recoup. I need to ice up a little bit, some Epsom salt baths and stuff like that. But I am interested to maybe see how that goes in the future, maybe switch over, maybe 30 days, do like a 30-day run every day and just see how it feels, see how it goes. But I'd be interested, like, so if streak runners, if y'all watch this, let me know what shoes are y'all running when y'all do these streak runs and what your average distance is and how long those shoes hold up for. Because I know the average shoe typically is 300 miles at the low end, can go up to 500, 700, depending on which shoe you get, right? But I'm wondering that constant beat up of the shoe every single day with those miles on it, what that does to it. I know it's going to deteriorate it faster. So I'm just wondering, how many shoes does a streak runner go through in an average year? Product review. So in the winter, I run in running tights, which is my favorite thing. It reduces, to me, in my mind, I guess, reduces like the amount of clothing I have to wear, the wind catching onto my clothes and slowing me up. So I just feel more comfortable, more free when I'm running in tights. So with it getting warmer weather, being in the 70s, low end of like the 50s, I bought some running half tights. I've never ran in running half tights before. So this pair I got from Amazon. This is the Nellius. Yeah, Nellius running half tights. just looking for a pair. These came as a set of three. I think they were about $25 or so. So they came with the red, black, and a blue color as well. Now, with the review of these, I got a size 2XL. Nope, USA XL. I got an XL. I feel like they're huge, but I feel like if I go down to a large, it's still too small. The thing I do like about them is these little tabs at the end of the drawstring here to keep them off. Yo, I'm here. What's good, T-Bird? What's going on, man? But I like the little these tabs. They're kind of hard plastic. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's nice because a lot of stuff that has like the loose strings, you'll see them kind of fray over time, and you don't really feel them. But the downsides to these, again, the waist feels like it's a little bit too loose. The drawstrings being on the inside. Why are we putting drawstrings on the inside of the running tights? Because if I tighten them, I don't want to stitch them down. When I'm pulling on these two drawstrings, that means it's pulling into my gut, and I have to tie it and then flip the drawstrings on the outside of it anyway. So why are these on the inside? It doesn't make sense to me. And then storage space. So for me, if I'm going on a long run wearing some running tights, I need storage space for my phones in my pocket, my gels. If you carry your AirPod case, your keys, or anything like that, these are not going to be the best thing for you. For me, these are more of a 5K to 10K kind of tight, because the only pocket that is on here is right here. It's a little side phone pocket, just big enough to fit your phone in. But your phone, it'll bounce. It feels really, really, really loose in it. So I didn't like that per se. Once I started running in them, it didn't feel like my phone was jumping around that much. It could have been possibly just because I'm used to it at this point. I got used to it during the run, the phone kind of moving around. It was easy to access, so that was good. But yeah, just the jiggling around of the phone, the looseness around here, and then the looseness of the thigh hole. So I don't know what kind of measurements they're taking, but this whole area, it's not like, oh my gosh, it's huge around my thigh. But if this is my thigh, it's like this is the whole of it. So it's just a little bit too loose where it's not tight. I want my half tight to have like compression tightness around the bottom of my thigh where I feel like it's kind of gripping it and it's not going to move. It's not going anywhere. But they do have a little bit of reflective hit here. I don't know if y'all can see it. The Nellius looks like it's ironed on. You can kind of see where they did it. You can see the rectangle around it where they ironed on their logo. So again, these are the Nellius. If you're looking for some cheap running half tights, $25 for 3 pair. I guess not too bad. You get what you pay for, really. And then I have this other pair that I bought yesterday. Now these are from Dick's Sporting Goods, and already just from feeling them, you can tell there's a weight difference in them. The elasticity in them is completely different. Even on the leg, I took these for a run today, ran just under 4 miles. They have a little bit of reflective hits on both of the legs, but really that's the only reflectivity on these. The pocket, they have a side pocket for the phone. Now I will say this phone pocket did a lot better than the phone pocket on these. Take these 100% over those other pair. And these were about $35 from Dick's Sporting Goods. And again, same complaint with these. Drawstring. Why is it on the inside? Why? Move the drawstring to the outside, and I will give these so much more praise, honestly. And then they do have a zipper pocket. So right here at the back of the hip, right here, you can open that up. It's wide, but it's shallow. It's a very shallow pocket. You might be able to fit a couple of gels in there, like I'd say like probably 2 gels inside of that back pocket, but you're not fitting much else. Maybe an AirPod case if it's just an AirPod case and 1 gel. But really, same issue with these. These are really good. Model it. No, no, already did actually. If you go to the TikTok, I did a quick running outfit of the day video, so it's over there. Or I had these on. I don't know why you want me to model that. But yeah, these aren't bad. I like these a lot better than the Nellius. Like I said, the weight of these is better. The waistline of these feels a lot more comfortable. It's not loose or anything. It doesn't move. It doesn't bunch up while you're running. And again, big thing, the thigh hole. This is tight, kind of like a compression short would be, but not overly tight anywhere else where it's going to make you uncomfortable while you're running. So Definitely would recommend these. Again, just due to lack of storage, you could probably take these a little bit further, being able to fit 2 gels in them. I take a gel every for the first 3 miles, the first 6 miles. I'll pop a gel at each one of those, and then after that, it's kind of as comes. Maybe every 40 or every 4 miles or every 30 minutes, just depending on how I'm feeling. So 2 gels, I could probably knock out 10K, maybe a little bit over that, maybe just bump it up to, let's say, 10 miles or so. You can run in these, but after that, I would be hurting. If I don't have some kind of extra belt or if I don't have a vest on with these, I would be hurting after that. So I'm on the market for some good running half tights that have a lot of pockets. So if y'all know of any, please let me know. Drop a comment because I would love to try a couple different brands and see what they got out there. All right. Let's move on to the favorite race or event of last year. So last year we did 2 half marathons. We did the one in Oklahoma City. We did the one in Tulsa. We did a 4th of July run and a couple other 5Ks, 10Ks here and there. My favorite run, that's hard to say. It would probably be the Tulsa half marathon that I participated in. Reason being is I set my PB for a half marathon there at a 2:02, and I met a ton of people. This was just after I started my TikTok. Met a ton of people out there that were really cool. That kind of embraced what I was doing with the Kingdom culture, the Kingdom Run Club, and stuff like that. So Tulsa was a great experience, and I ran that one and the Oklahoma City with a good friend of mine that I've known for years. Been stationed at 2 locations with them throughout our career. So it's been fun. I'm looking forward to finding some races this year. I was supposed to do the Oklahoma City half, but outside of that, I haven't really seen or signed up for any local races. I've kind of just been doing my normal training stuff, running around the neighborhood, running over at the lake every now and then enjoying myself. I got to work on making some more videos. I'm interested in finding a new GoPro or some kind of recording device, and then hopefully figuring out how to take these live run clubs actually live and go running. So bringing y'all with me so y'all can see some of the paths that I'm on, what the environment area is looking like while we running. But what is a good camera or something that I can attach to myself or my chest or still talk to y'all where it's not like bouncing everywhere? Because that's the issue now when I'm recording, when I'm running. The phone is bouncing everywhere. You can't really see what's going on. I've seen a lot of people with drones lately. A lot of content creators for running have drones. They've been pushing a lot on TikToks on the shops and stuff like that. Maybe that's like a future me thing. I know there's a lot of restrictions depending on where you are with drones as well. So that's something to look into. But I don't know, man. Kind of interested to see where this running journey takes us once we move, going back overseas. Because in Japan, I already know the story. I ran with the Japanese run club every now and then. And other than that, I did virtual runs. So those were fun. But I love running races, being around other runners. That's kind of the main point for me. It's not so much the race, it's just being around other people that enjoy doing something that I'm doing. And I know that they know that we have a connection of understanding of what it took to get there instead of just showing up or just waking up and doing it. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with that, but it's something about that camaraderie that you get from being around other runners that I miss. So if y'all know of any races in Germany that y'all can think of, let me know that are going to be later in the year. I looked up the Berlin Marathon. I can't get into that by lottery. There's some paid things like the sports tours. Sports tours will take you on a 4 to 5 day trip. It'll take you, pick you up from, or not pick you up from the airport, but once you land at the airport, go to the hotel. They'll kind of do like a pre-brief, like, hey, this is where we're going to be. This is where we're going. They'll do some tours, a couple shakeout runs, stuff like that. Take you back to the hotel once the race is over. Working, they got your hotel accommodations and all that stuff for you. So maybe that's an option. If we don't do that, then maybe T-Bird said start running the Autobahn. If I thought it was safe enough, and maybe if I knew how to get there, that would kind of be that would be fun. That would be actually be fun. I wonder if there's an Autobahn race. Let's look it up. Actually, thanks T-Bird for that. Now you got me redirected. Let's see. Is there a race on the Autobahn for runners? Y'all can probably hear me typing. My keyboard is very aggressive. So there's no official race for humans on the German Autobahn. Holding any kind of race on the German Autobahn public highway system is illegal due to the safety hours of no speed limit and kind of just doing whatever you want out there. But I got to say, if they were able to kind of shut down like even a portion of the Autobahn and go race out there, that would be an amazing thing. And I think it would be a huge draw for people to come to the area. Like, hey, for this one day, we're shutting down the Autobahn for 6 hours, whether it was like a marathon, half marathon, or even just like a 5K. The medal that they could do from that would be amazing. It could be like a whole bunch of cars like coming at you with like an arch or something. I don't know, but that would be beyond words. I know out there right now they're doing their American Friendship Week, I think, is what I want to call it, on the base, where they have the German military and the Air Force military kind of come together and they do like a fitness. I don't know if it's really a competition or what, like just partnership, seeing where you're at, but they'll do like a bunch of different events and you can earn like patches and stuff like that. So that's going to be something really interesting, something cool that I might try to get into while I'm over there. But I still do want to find a bunch of races or runs while I'm there to participate in. Going back to the Berlin Marathon, if I'm unable to get into that this year, they still have spaces for the Berlin Marathon 5K, meaning that Saturday prior, I could run the 5K, even though I'm not running the Berlin Marathon itself. That might be a good chance to kind of just get my feet wet in the environment, seeing what it's going to be like, because I've never been in any location that's held a world major marathon, and just seeing what the environment and the sheer capacity of people and the hecticness of it might be worth it. To kind of help me mold my decision for the following year. But if I'm out there, I definitely feel like I have to try to take advantage of it and participate in it, because how often am I going to be in Europe that close to Berlin to participate in that race? And that's kind of how I felt going back with the Tokyo Marathon that we spoke about earlier, is how often are you going to have the opportunity to run these races that you want to run and be in these different countries and see these different sites and just take it all in while you're on the street. They're shutting down the streets for y'all to participate. So if there's any race that y'all are thinking about doing, please don't hesitate to do it. Go out there and experience it. I promise it is completely different than what some people might say. I know a lot of people I've met, they'll complain, why are you paying money to run? It's not about paying the money to run. It's not about paying money for a medal or a t-shirt. I'm paying, I guess, to be around the other people, to be around other like-minded individuals, to put my work to the test. I'm testing myself when I go out there. Am I planning on winning the race? Not at all. I've never been to a 5K, 10K, anything like that where I showed up and expected I'm going to be number one overall at this race. I'm going out there to have fun and be around my friends, man. And that's to me, that's really what running is about. It's about community, and that's what this running club is about as well. The Kingdom Digital Run Club is your community. I want you to get that feeling of, if you're running by yourself and you want to turn this video on, you can kind of hear some back and forth banter between the chat, myself, and kind of just enjoy yourself, enjoy your run a little bit more than maybe what you would have if you were out there running in silence or by yourself, man. That's all this really is. I want y'all to have a place to come to, a community to talk with other runners, like-minded individuals, and just enjoy what you do. And really that's it. But T-Berg, I appreciate you coming by as always, man. I guess we'll go ahead and end the chat there, or in the live stream there. We're about 23 minutes. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get this a little bit longer. But moving forward, same as always, bro. Keep running, hold the standard, protect your crown, and I'll see y'all during the next run. T-Berg, I will see you in rematch here in about an hour and a half, bro. Y'all keep y'all's heads up, and I'll see y'all later, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. Peace.